I want to talk to you guys about the community application I built called Keep the Recipe. But people have been waiting for this one thing to happen, which is my kitchen being finished. And it's pretty much finished. I'm just still purging stuff and getting rid of things. So it's still a bit of a mess on top of the counter, but I'm just going to take you on a really quick tour. So let's go this way. I'm just going to pick this up. Going to touch a bit of this action here. And it's pretty much done. So I think some of you probably have seen this. So the Vikings and the vintage Viking that I had repaired. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for 900 bucks. That's the big story. Yay, yay, Jeremy. Um, the quote for all of the vintage or the new Viking parts was going to be about 3 grand, but I found Chinese knockoffs for I think it was 785 bucks was the final tally. So this is it, man. Like I'm 6'5". Yeah, like, these things are really huge. So we got way more storage space than I used to. I'm still purging a ton of stuff, just in the middle of sort of reseasoning all my cast irons. That stove is getting fired up to 450 degrees after I've been scrubbing these things and giving them a vinegar bath. But this is new since I've shown anybody. Is there used to be this nasty old IKEA shelf there. So I found basically these slat walls that I got, like basically a store that sells like, those slat walls are for like sneaker shops. So I just thought that would be a really cool fucking backdrop. So I'm going to be doing Whatnot live selling probably weekly, and I'm going to be using that as the backdrop for live selling on Whatnot. So once all of those pans are finished reseasoning, goes back in the wall. I've got so much crap, as you can see. I still have to purge, and that's it. Kitchen's pretty much done. My 3-day kitchen job turned into like, oh man, what was it, 2 months? I was pretty frustrated. Like I haven't been publishing a lot of content simply because I got so frustrated, and it was just there was nowhere to film. There was just, I made up all sorts of excuses, which I shouldn't have done. Anyway, let's talk about Keep the Recipe. So Keep the Recipe came from an idea that when I was, I guess I've been doing this for about 2 years now across all the platforms. I have about 200,000 subscribers and followers. And every time I publish a recipe, like every time someone's like, oh, what can I substitute this for this? Or I'm on a low sodium diet. What should I do? Can I eliminate this? Will it still taste the same? And that's when the light bulb started going off in my head. As you probably know, I have a tech background and I'm used to building things like this. And with the tools available to us through all these AI platforms, it just made it really easy for me to start scoping out what I should build. So, for talking to people, understanding what health priorities do people have, whether it's you know, um, self-prescribed or from a doctor. Like, hey man, you're pre-diabetic, or you need heart healthy recipes. Um, Typically, especially people my age, I'm 55, and people 45 and older typically have some sort of dietary restriction, or even something they're focusing on, whether you're in the gym and you just want to focus on high protein diet, or just introducing more protein into your diet. Um, there are so many people who have dietary, I keep calling them restrictions, but dietary parameters and priorities. This application does that because, especially if you go to the doctor and they're like, hey man, you got to knock it off. Like, you got to lower your cholesterol and you're eating too much saturated fats, or like you need to switch to a Mediterranean diet. Like, what you hear is you don't get to do what you want to do. And no one likes to be told what to do. And it's like, the one thing about food content is it's also entertaining. Not only do you get this great recipe, but typically the creators you follow are entertaining to some degree or not. And if you've got a doctor, or you've woken up and stared yourself in the mirror and say, you've got to change, you're also hearing like, fuck, do I have to go find a bunch of new creators that I like? And that's why I built this application, because you don't have to go find anybody new. This application takes care of everything. You keep following the same creators. When you sign up for Keep the Recipe, so it's keeptherecipe.com, and you get to follow the creators that you already follow on any platform. So within the application, you can follow people from Instagram, from Substack, from YouTube. We're working on TikTok, but people don't publish the actual recipe in TikTok, so that's kind of the point. I'm not sure there is a point. And then you pick which health priorities are for you. And here's a full list, because sometimes I forget some of them. So it's GLP-1 supportive. I'm on a GLP-1, and this is sort of another birthplace of this application is that I wanted something that made my health journey. I hate the word journey. Oh God, I hate it. My my health plans a little easier to follow. So GLP-1 supportive, pre-diabetic, heart health, kidney health, gluten-free, low carb, dairy-free, anti-inflammatory, low sodium, high protein, low FODMAP, and Mediterranean. You can pick as many as you want. It won't let you pick things that are conflicting, like low FODMAP and Mediterranean. I don't know why I actually place them side by side on the selection sheet. I should probably switch that. Those are conflicting. It won't let you pick them, right? A Mediterranean, lots of garlic. Low FODMAP, no garlic. So it won't let you do that. It's not going to, it doesn't hallucinate and create a recipe when it doesn't need to. Like if you follow one of the creators you follow is producing like a low carb or no carb recipe, it's not going to hallucinate and just make something up for the sake of making something up. Been working on this for 4 months to make sure that those type of hallucinations don't happen. But that's it. You pick your health parameters, you pick all of the creators that you want to follow. You can just drop links. Like you're gonna be able to just anytime you're scrolling through Instagram and you find a recipe you love, great. Text it to keep the recipe. It adds it to your profile. It rewrites the recipe right for you right there. That's it. That's all you have to do. I'm super proud of this. Is the best thing I've ever built in my life. And we did a very quiet sort of pre-sign up. There's about 3 dozen members right now. I'm gonna be really transparent about numbers, by the way, through this. We had about 3 dozen people sign up. They're in there using it. I think we've had almost 600 recipes adapted for health priorities. And now we're just going to sort of open up the floodgates. And so I'm encouraging you, if any of that sounded interesting to you at all, please sign up, keeptherecipe.com. I'll update this live with a link. It'll go on Instagram and TikTok. And please sign up. It's a 7-day free trial. Let me know what you think. You can message me. I will answer every single message. You can tell me what you like and what you don't like. You could ask for features. Like this is going to be really easy to help you attain the goals that you are looking for. So that's it. Kitchen's pretty much done. I'm just super excited to share, keep the recipe with you. Um, and it's a gorgeous Wednesday morning here in Toronto. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'll see you soon. Thanks.